We still talk about it all the time, but for me myself, I still think about it quite a bit. I didn't play a lot in that game, but I still think about it quite a bit. I don't want my team to feel that way at the end of the season again.
How do you know you changed this year? How do you guys know that? Tell me how you can tell that this week has been different.
Just tell the way that we practice, the way that everybody's energized at practice. Everybody's ready to play. I feel like if we throw a water boy in there, they're gonna be ready to play. But we prepared way different this year.
You hear about the different styles the Big Ten compared to the teams in the South or the Big 12 or SEC. Now that you've seen enough of them practiced against what they do, give me an idea. Give me a scouting report on Michigan State. What are the keys to this game on Thursday?
They're going to be physical, so we're going to have to be a physical team. They're a very good physical, disciplined team, so we're going to have to be fundamentally sound on both sides of the football. And they're going to try to run the ball, but they're going to also try to throw the ball. So we're going to have to be on top of our game.
We hear a lot about Michigan State's defense against Baylor's offense, but you don't hear a lot about Baylor's defense against what they do. Is that disrespecting the other sides of the ball?
Well, coming from where we came from, we always hear about Baylor offense. So not hearing about the defensive side is not really different to me because that's all we hear about is our offense all the time. But we know what our defense do. We make the numbers. We try to shut people out. So that's what we're going to try to go out there and do again.
The Orion Stewart that I know is a guy that was overlooked almost throughout your entire recruiting process, and then a couple of days before signing day, you get the offer. And you've started now for a year and a half almost because of the injuries last year as well. But you're very passionate, very outspoken, not afraid to say pretty much anything you want. Get a few personal fouls, late hits. Where does all that come from with you? Where did all that start with you?
I think I don't know. Maybe it was when I was young. I was always. I'm the baby, so my brother say that's probably had a lot to do with it, but. When I play out there, I feel like I want to be the best. When I'm out there, I feel like I'm the best on the field. So that's what I feel like. And yeah, sometimes I say some things, but I'm out there having fun. I'm not out there trying to hurt nobody. I'm just out there having fun, love for the game.
Where did that chip on your shoulder come from, other than maybe being the youngest? Anything someone told you, or how you felt?
Well, especially all through high school, my attitude was pretty bad. So people used to always tell me, "Oh, you're not gonna ever make it." So my mindset is I'm confident in myself. So one day I go out every day, I want to prove somebody wrong. Somebody else is looking at me, and one day at a time, somebody else is going to be proven wrong. All the people that told me I wasn't going to make it to college.
When did you feel like you turned the corner, and what happened from you being maybe a little bit undisciplined in high school to where you are now? Was there a moment, a talk, a discussion, a play, a game?
I really don't know. It just something just clicked in my head one day. I was just like, man, I have to change the way I act. Especially when I was in high school, I had to change the way I act to do anything. That's what everybody told me. You can't keep acting this way and expect to survive in college. So one day, I just woke up and I was like, man, coach is gonna say something. I'm not gonna say something back this time. And that just ever since then, I've been a whole new person.
So then, how hard was it knowing what Phil Bennett says and how he runs you guys and pushes you, and how long before he broke you?
When I first got here, he did. It caught me by surprise because I wasn't really used to that. So I'm looking at him like, this not me. I can't handle this. But at the end of the day, he means well. So they always tell me you gotta listen to what he's saying, not how he's saying it. So.
Were you upset that you were overlooked in recruiting? Is that something that bothered you? And if Baylor had not come, where would you be?
Yeah, I think I am. I think I was kind of under recruited or whatever. But I mean, I feel like that's all a part of God's plan. So I'm not going to stress about it. And if I would have came to Baylor, I was on my way to Wyoming. Learn me Wyoming.
Final thing for me, how important is it to finish? You guys have talked about last year, but now talk is one thing, but getting it done, how important is that?
That's the absolute goal now. Last year, we went out there, we didn't finish, so now it's about finishing. We got to finish the season off right and make a statement for ourselves.
Thanks, Ryan.
You know, you talk about making a statement. Do you think? I mean, I know that you guys were mad to kind of get snubbed and left out of the playoff. Heading into next year, do you think that this game can make a statement to the committee and the rest of the country that they made a bad decision leaving you?
Yeah, I really do think it can, but next year is a totally different year, so we can't even really think about next year because we have to go out next year and win games also. But this game is just to finish the season off right. We got to put the cherry on top of the sundae.
Do you feel like you guys are still playing with a chip on your shoulder?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And, defensively, what are you guys going to have to do to slow down this mission?
We're going to have to be on our top of our game. We're going to have to go out there and be at the best we played all year. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball, so we're going to have to do it.
And what's it going to take to limit some of the, I guess, penalties and mistakes? Because I know Baylor's the most penalized team in the country, and I mean, obviously in a game like this, you can't have those mistakes.
I mean, well, we know calls are going to be made, but we still have to go out there and say if a call's made, you got to go out there and bounce back the next play and try to make it stop the next play, and so goes for the offense.
Sean Oakman just said he plans to come back next year. How good is that going to be for you guys to have him back in the year?
Boy, Sean coming back. That's going to be great for us. It's going to be big time.
What has he brought to the team?
Man, just everybody knows Sean's very vocal. He's a vocal leader, and he's also he shows it as well. One of the best DNs in the country, one of the best defensive players in the country, in my eyes. So I'm excited to actually hear that news. I didn't know that. I didn't really know what he was going to do. I was really excited to find out, but I'm glad to know he said he's coming back.
I know a lot of people see him and think he's huge. Does he scare some of the guys on the team at times at how huge he is?
I don't know. I ain't scared of nobody, so don't tell him I said it, but nah, he don't really scare me too much. He a really cool dude.
Orion, how about your leadership? As the season's gone on, you've kind of taken on some of that role, especially in the secondary. Just talk about your development there.
Well, especially playing after Ahmad, everybody knew what Ahmad brought to the table. He left a mark that I had to try to play up to. I couldn't come in and have a letdown at that position. So he was the leader of the back end last year, and that's what I wanted to come in and do this year. So I had to just try to follow in his footsteps and become a leader back there.
I think some people are surprised at your speed. As a safety, you might be one of the fastest guys on the team. Anybody in that defense that might give you a run for the money?
The dudes on the back end, T-Bird and Ace Howard and Ryan Reed, they can all run too. But I say I'm the fastest. They don't like to hear that, but I think I'm the fastest one.
Go back to Michigan State. You said they like to throw the ball too, but really kind of known for the ground and pound, just hit you. I guess heading into a game where they want to come at you and smack you upside the head, what's that like as a defense?
I think we're amped up because a lot of teams try to say they're going to out-physical us, but I think we're a pretty physical team too as well. I think we're going to be ready to play. I think we're going to get after them. I mean, it's going to be a great game. We really going to have to be on our A game that day.
How about bowl week? No classes to worry about. You just focus in on football. How much fun you having?
Man, I love it. I love it. Just waking up and all you're doing is football. It's great. All the events they have at the Cotton Bowl and being at a great bowl in such a great city, it's a great atmosphere.
How many people you got coming out for the game?
I only got about 6, but pretty much my whole family is going to one of my brother's house and they having a little watch party or something.
Coming from Waco Midway, you got a lot of your core guys here, like Bo. Levi came from Midway. School probably most famous for Shannon Elizabeth coming from it. You want to just talk about how the football is there at Midway?
The football is really good. When Coach Bechter was there, the program was really starting to excel. Then Coach Gamble came in, and the program really took off. This past year, they made it to 3rd or 4th round. They lost, which I think they was number 6 in the country or something spectacular. But the program really took it off. There's a lot of players that's really developing out of there and that's going somewhere to play football.
Despite the early season loss from West Virginia, how much better did the team get from that loss?
think that game made us so much better because we went in there like we was happy. We was like we had already accomplished something when we really hadn't done nothing. We beaten teams, but we really still hadn't done nothing. So after that, we play every game like we're not underestimating nobody. We gonna play like we have a chip on our shoulder, like we still have something to prove.
Are y'all taking that mindset into this bowl after what happened last year? In the bowl game, are y'all taking that mindset into this bowl game?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And then also that even though that was last year, people still thinking about it, but we can't finish. We don't want to finish the season and go into off season upset. We don't want to have a long 6 months until, or a long 2 months until we put the pads back on, and a long 6 months until the next game next year. We want to finish it off right.
Okay, and you're from Waco, you're at Baylor. How great does it make you feel, to be part of pretty much the rebranding of Baylor football? How does that make you feel?
I love it because when I was growing up, nobody really cared about Baylor. At the games, you might have 10,000 people, maybe, if that many. They were just trying to hand out tickets, and now people can't even get tickets. So I love being a part of that, to say that I'm helping this city grow.
Back-to-back Big 12 champs, and then if you guys are able to pull off this victory, how much confidence do you think your team could maybe be at an all-time high for Baylor football heading into the offseason?
I think we're going to be very excited going into offseason, but we also know that year is over. Like last year's is over. We was a Big 12 champs last year. We can't do anything about that. This year we Big 12 champs. But we got to go in this game ready to play, get prepared, because we know they're going to come out ready to play.
Well, Bryce said yesterday that being snubbed by the playoffs kind of pissed you all off. You want to comment any more on that?
Yeah, being a Baylor football player, I really didn't too much agree with it, but that's a decision they made. It's nothing I can really do about it now. We're here at the Cotton Bowl, so that's what we got to take care of.
Do you think that 61-58 is going to be your anthem for next year, or?
No, because like I've been saying, that was last year's. When we play TCU next year, that we're going to have to beat them at TCU next year. When we play teams next year, we're going to have to win. So the 61-58 that was this year, it's over. There's nothing we can do about it. They're playing against Ole Miss. They're a great football team. We're playing against Michigan State. So we just have to get ready for our game.
All right, and been standing here recording the whole time. Just let you know, my name's James. I'm with Mustard Slinger Sports. I'm sure you've heard of us, right?
Uh-huh.
You want to make any comment on our video?
Man, I think it was pretty much blew out of proportion. I didn't make a threat this time.
No, that's the reason I put it up.